Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft Sky Factory. As you can tell from our to-do list here, there's not a whole lot to do today. Mainly because I couldn't really think of what I wanted to do next. I was going to do power, which I was going to build a big reactor for, but couldn't find any decent things on exactly how the fuck to put a reactor together. So I decided not to do that. I got my platform built out of it. As you can see, I didn't build any more of the under platform of that. But I did put a... oh god, it's getting kind of laggy in this game for some reason. But I did hook up a trash can like this underneath here. To take out some of this stuff. So our box here is significantly more organized or less cluttered with just garbage. And as you can see, this still going strong. So that's always good. For some reason, the legendary. Okay, I get it. So the legendary loot bag, I'm assuming, got stuck in there because it can't be compressed down, so it just refused to put it in there. Weird, but whatever. What did we get? We got a diamond chest plate, 2 octadic capacitors, which are actually really fucking good, and 2 magma slime crystals, which I have no idea what those are. Never used those ones before. But that's neat that we got the octadic capacitors, because if we... Now, does the lava generator use those? No. The Sterling generator, I believe, uses them. And I don't actually know what all machines use that. And I have no fucking space in this box. So, you know what? Here, that can go straight in the middle, because I'm not going to be using it. So, the first thing we have here is Inferium Crystal, which isn't technically correct. I'm pretty sure that's not what it's called. So we'll take out all of our Inferium. We'll take out all of our Prosperity Shards because we need those. So the Inferium Crystal that I'm talking about is you throw a diamond in the middle, and I think you surround it. Oh, no. Let's see. How do you? I guess Supremium will work. Supreme Essence, the Infusion Crystal. Ah, right, with Prosperity Shards. Fuck. I keep forgetting that you need Prosperity Shards for, like, everything that is mystical agriculture related. Like, absolutely everything. Which is why I took the time to actually automate those. So, the Infusion Crystal is how you upgrade the Inferium and such. If we go over to our farm as well, we can see the little bit more that I put in. I started... Oh, nothing there. Got the dirt seeds going there. Got the Inferium seeds going there. And I put a cactus in here. Just because cactuses are kind of annoying to build up. But yeah, if we go into the Inferium one, you'll see that we've got tier 1 seeds. We're going to upgrade these as much as possible. So now the thing about... What I would recommend is anywhere that you're going to be doing a bunch of mystical agriculture, or all of your crafting for it at least, make sure that you have a crafting station specifically, because then you can just slap the crystal on there and just leave it there. It's super fucking helpful. Like, you have no idea how helpful that is. So what you do with the infusion crystal is when you put 4 Inferium or Prudentium, if you put 4 of the essences around it like that, you can make the next tier. Now, one reason why I hate how this mystical agriculture works is because if we take the Inferium seeds, and I think it's just 1 in each, no, or is it completely surrounding? Yeah, it's completely surrounding. It makes tier 2 Inferium seeds. Now, all tier 2 Inferium seeds do is they produce 2 Inferium for every 1 that the tier 1 seeds would produce. And then if we throw that in there again, tier 3. And then you keep going, keep going, keep going. And look at that, we only got... See, and this is the reason why I hate the mystical agriculture shit. Because it's so fucking repetitive. It is absolutely ridiculous how repetitive it gets. Purely because they based it all around literally doing the same thing over and over and over to upgrade your stuff. So we're going to go in here. I'm not even sure if we're going to have enough stuff to upgrade it. For the Inferium especially, it's kind of important to get the seed reprocessor going, but I don't have the... We might get that going depending on if everything else goes quickly, but we'll see. But yeah, like, the worst part about it is that to get up to Supremium, it takes 4 stacks of Inferium to make a single. To make one Supremium Essence, it takes 4 stacks of Inferium. So it's not like it's super fucking hard. All it is a time waster. And see, look at, after all of that, we don't even have enough to get it to the next tier. Because of how fucking shitty it is. Like, fuck. Absolutely despise it. I absolutely despise how they decided to do that. It makes no sense to me. I don't, like, all it is a time waster. So if we take out the tier 1, throw in the tier 3, it'll now start producing more and more Inferium. And I'll probably get that upgraded up to tier 5 at some point. But we'll see. Alright, so then that was the Inferium Crystal. That's how it works. So for special seeds, basically I have everything in here that I need. There's a couple... I looked through, basically, I just went in and I typed in, like, tier 1 seeds. Or crafting seeds. Whoops. Tier 1 crafting seeds. Right? Then I hit U on it to see what all it can make, and it's like, alright, so it can make stone seeds. Can make dirt seeds. Already got it. Can make nature seeds. So I looked up what nature can make. Don't need any of it. Looked up wood seeds. Obviously don't need that. Water we got covered. Ice we don't. So that's in there. Zombie seeds we don't. Well, ice isn't quite in there. But one that I do need... Hang on. Actually, I need to figure out which ones were in. Okay, so tier 1 is ice. Okay, so if you recall... okay, I don't actually have any seeds. You just take a regular seed, toss in 4 prosperity shards, you get a crafting seed, toss in some shit for that, and you got the tier of the crafting seed. Now then, to make the actual, like, craft seeds, you saw in the last part, we needed more Inferium, because you need Inferium. That's another thing. It's like, you need Inferium for absolutely everything. And so much of it is required to, like, upgrade and shit. So we need ice, because we're trying for the ice seeds, so we need ice. So, ice, I do believe, is we need the alchemy one, which is this one. Yeah, here we go. Boink, 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 boink. Oh. I have been throwing, there we go, coal coke on these things. As you can see, that one's still burning. That one isn't. But you know what? I'll throw another one there, because if that one stopped, then odds are that one will before it, before the coal coke disappears off the ground. And yeah, they produce quite a bit of mana, because obviously they burn for long enough that it really bumps it up. Okay, so then for the ice seeds, so we put the crafting seeds in there. Slot our Inferium in because it's tier 1, and then our ice in, and we get ice seeds. Now I don't actually remember how this one looks when it grows, so let's see. And it produces most of them. They basically have 2 or 3 different. Yeah, okay, so that one looks like that. It has like the little droopy bit. All right, so then that was the only thing from the tier 1 that I needed, was that and dirt. But then if we go into the tier 2, you can see that you can make fire seeds, which I don't need because all it produces for me is like lava buckets. We got dye seeds, which obviously I don't need because I have a fuck ton of dye. But nether seeds, because I don't have a good way of producing netherrack, I can produce soul sand easily enough. So you need 4 nether clusters, which is created by 2 soul sand and 2 netherrack. And that's how you make most of the seeds. Like, if what they produce is going to be more than a single thing, you'll need a cluster So like even for the nature one, you need, I think it's a sugar cane, a melon, a pumpkin, and a cactus, I think is what theirs is. So to make those, obviously we need to get our base crafting seeds, get them up to tier 1. You can also get a better version of the infusion crystal. I think I might have enough stuff for it. But anyway, we need 4 nether clusters. So like that. Throw that in there. And then you know what? How much? And then, fuck. Keep forgetting that you need... Like, that's what I mean, right? Like, you already put... How much... Like, you already put Prudentium into making the tier 2 crafting seeds. Like, you need the Prudentium in there to get to the seeds. So why the fuck do you need more to make, like, the seeds that you actually need? Like, you would think that if you're putting it into, like, the base object for it, that you wouldn't need it for the next fucking... Or to actually make the thing. It's... Like, the mystical agriculture is super useful, but it's just basic time consuming. Like, that's all it does, is it wastes time. As you can see, I did build more cloches. I got a couple more solar panels going, because you saw there, well, maybe there was one still over there. Built a few more energy conduits to do it. I only built up these 12, because after looking through the crafting seeds, I don't think I even need 12 of them. So I might rearrange this a bit and just take out like these 4 and these 4 and just have like the 4 in each corner. We'll see. And I'll probably end up, considering how much I need, having extra Inferium ones fill in whatever I don't need. So this is the nether plant. It looks exactly like the dirt plant, except it comes up red. You get nether essence and it'll let you craft netherrack. It'll let you craft more than netherrack. But that's basically the only thing that I built it for. Because let's see, actually. Because I don't actually know everything that it can build. The only thing I ever built with it was netherrack. So let's see. We got... can build netherrack, soul sand, nether brick, or nether wart if you have nature essence, which I don't. But that's fine because I have nether wart chicken. So the fact that you can make nether brick is neat. I didn't actually know that. So then if we go back to our tier 2 seeds... Okay, so that was the nether that we needed. We have a coal, chicken, pig seeds. Now, technically, there is a mob one that I need, which is the wither skeleton one. It requires, I'm pretty sure it requires 4 skulls. It might only require 3. It might require like 3 skulls and a nether star, actually. But you need these mob chunks for most of them, except for that one, I think. I think that's the only one. Oh, no, I don't know, actually. Maybe not. But the way you get mob chunks is you have to kill stuff with a solarium dagger. Not a solium dagger, because we have solium, but a solarium, which does require a few more steps to get to. Surprisingly, I know. Like something from mystical agriculture taking extra steps. But yeah, like silicon, sulfur, aluminum, copper, aluminum, brass, mystical flower seeds we need. And then there's marble, limestone, and basalt. But I don't know how... Like, because the only way to craft it, as you can see, is you can use basalt essence. And then you can chisel it into different forms. But there's no actual way to get basalt, and there's no actual way to get... marble or limestone. Like, there's just 0 ways of getting them. So I don't know if like these things are from a different mod that mystical agriculture was just made to interact with, that and like that mod just didn't get put into Sky Factory. I'm not sure. But the mystical flower seeds we can use, because the mystical flower essence that you get, as you can see, you just need 4 mystical flowers to make an essence, which is why we have so many there. I'll grab more Inferium while I'm here. So there is a point in time in this mod where you end up automating a wither killer. And once you do that, the wither actually drops straight up to premium, which is the highest tier, and you can break that down. But even then, it's still a process, because then you have to like break it down to the different tiers to do it. And it's still such a pain in the ass. And it's super annoying that, like, you could get, like, a Supremium, like, a steady stream of Supremium and still have to go through all the fucking steps to get up to, like, any of, like, the Supremium tools and armors and whatnot. So as you can see, I have a crap ton of mystical flowers. We'll do this a little at a time. Just because there's so many in there. And yeah, thankfully, all it takes is just 4 flowers. They didn't make it where it had to be like 4 of the same thing or anything. Really should have cleared out my inventory before doing this. Which is nice because, you know, they could have made it even worse where it's like you had to have 4 of the same flower or you had to have 4 different flowers. Like, they made it so that it just took 4 mystical flowers. That's it. Now, the reason why, because obviously I have so much dye in that I can just make the special fertilizer, plant it in the ground, and be done with it. But that randomizes what you need, and there are certain things where you need specific... Oh, I don't want to get that yet. Where you need very specific colors of leaves. And while we have a huge supply of leaves right now, that I'm not at all worried that we're going to ever run out of. Just in case, basically, I would like to have these. I've never actually did these before. I didn't realize that you could do this before. So it's actually kind of neat. Because, like that. There we go. So now we have mystical flower seeds. Because the essence that they produce, it's actually like, depending on how you put it in the crafting table, determines what color of flower you get out of it. Which is really neat to me. Because it really helps you, like, pick and choose where it's like, hey, if I need, you know, this particular one. Also, I just remembered, and I'd like to point out, if you look on my map, you'll see that there's like a really gold area in our forest. Apparently fucking lightning struck over here at some point and obliterated just our spruce trees. Which is kind of weird, but at the same time understandable because obviously there's a big gap in between them, and especially with spruce trees, they don't touch. Like if it was just our birch trees or oak trees, or even, and obviously if it was our acacia wood and oak wood, it wouldn't really make any sense that the fire stopped before destroying both of them. But I mean, since it was the spruce trees don't get very wide, so it makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, that's our mystical flower seeds. Next one is black quartz, which I do believe, unfortunately, is a tier 3. So if we look into the tier 3s, we have iron seeds, which we don't need, obviously. Nether quartz seeds, don't need. Glowstone, got a chicken for that. Redstone, obsidian, skeleton, and creeper are mob ones, which we have mob farm for. Spider, rabbit. Well, actually, I haven't seen a rabbit. I know rabbits can spawn in this mod. I saw it in Achievement Hunter's Let's Play, but not in tier 3. Oh. But not in my world. But to be fair, I also haven't got a sheep since the wolf started spawning, so who knows. Silver, guardian, lead we got, night slime we got, ardite, electrical steel, redstone, conductive iron, mana steel, and then here we go. We got black quartz and quartz enriched iron. Now, neither of those we have, and both of those require tier 3. Which fucking blows all kinds of chunks. Because the higher the tier, the more annoying it is. Because mystical agriculture is all about repetition. Because apparently whoever made this mod couldn't think of anything else to do but make you repeat the same motions over and over and over. Because that's progression. Apparently he's really into fucking like grindy ass games. Speaking of grindy games, bought Recore because it was on sale. And I didn't know this before I bought it, and it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Apparently that game there has a lot of grinding to it, which is weird. Okay, and then because this game sucks, afterwards, there we go. Alright, so there we go. We got our tier 3 seeds. We stick more of our intermedium essence in there. Throw our black quartz in there, and there, we got black quartz seeds now. Yay! And now we need more Inferium. Because, like I said, that's all this mod is about, is repetition. So, the only reason I really got black quartz seeds is because if we look at black quartz, it makes some neat blocks. But there's not really any reliable way to get it. Because, like, obviously in a normal, with this mod added, you can just mine it as ore. You have crushed black quartz, which is what you get from you get regular black quartz from sifting soul sand. Where do you get the other black quartz from? Because why would I have... Because I had crushed black quartz. But I don't know where I got it from then. Because I thought that's because that's what you got from sifting was the crushed stuff. But I guess not. So I don't actually know where I got the crushed black quartz from. But anyway, as you saw, there's no real reliable way to do it in, like, outside of mystical agriculture. So, unfortunately, we got to rely on it for that as well. So, let's see. How does this one... Oh, yeah, what did the mystical one... Right. And then that one's the same, just black. All right. But yeah, as you can see with the cloches there, they produce a lot of, like, seeds. Like, basically, if you're going to use cloches... If you're not going to use cloches, the seed reprocessor is pointless. If you are using cloches, it's necessary. Because unless it's something like pumpkins or cactus or melons that don't produce seeds, you're going to end up with a fuck ton of seeds. It's super annoying how many seeds are in there. Considering that, like, especially for, like, the nether seeds, right? You'll never need nether seeds again. Like, if you're going to put it in a cloche, you'll never need nether seeds again. All this mystical agriculture stuff, if you're going to put it in a cloche, you'll never need the seed of it again. Because there's almost no point in putting, besides Inferium, there's almost no point in putting multiples into cloches or having more than one crop of each mystical agriculture thing. Because you produce so much. Like, if we look at the ice essence here, 3 ice essence will produce 12 snow, 5 will produce 8 ice, and then 4 will produce packed ice. Really? That's weird that packed ice takes less than regular ice. But anyway, like, it takes nothing. Like, look at the little bit of time that it's been in there. We have a stack or more. Like, we don't need seeds because there's no way I'm going to use all that much, right? So I think we have one more lot of mystical agriculture today, but you know what? It's all I have written down because I couldn't think of anything else. All right, we need to do the quartz enriched iron. Now I don't actually know what quartz enriched iron does. I haven't actually looked at what recipes it takes or anything. The only reason I'm even bothering with it is basically because I can't do anything else with it. Like, I can't make it with... Like, I can't make it reliably, right? Like, if we bring that one up. Quartz... enrich... Come on, give me the, like, the ingot. There we go. As you can see, you can make it with that. It takes 3 iron and a nether quartz. Or iron essence and whatever. Or just... Yeah, alright. So, as you can see, 3 iron and a nether quartz... Super easy to make, and it makes 4 even somehow. I'm not quite sure how. You would think that it would make 3 at most, but apparently it makes 4. Now, obviously, I have a fuck ton of iron. I have a fuck ton of nether quartz, so I could just do it that way. But if there's something that can take a step away from something, I am all fucking for it. Because one thing that I hate to have to do and stuff is just repeat over and over again. Oops. Which is probably why I absolutely despise this mod. Because, like, right there, it took an entire stack of Inferium just to make the tier 3 seeds. Like, which means, obviously, it's going to take 2 entire stacks to make the tier 4 seeds. Which is what we will need next. Okay. But yeah, like, the fact that they have different tiers of seeds for Inferium, you know, it's like, alright. It's like, and then it produces extra. It's like, or it produces more. It's like, that's fine. But I mean, have some way, we go. Quartz enriched iron. Seeds. But like, just have some way, like, just don't make it as grindy as that. Like, it's ridiculous how much it grinds. So there we go. Let's see. What does this one look like? Same basic flower. Do we get a droopy one? No. Oh, a little different. Oh, that's the same as the inferium flower, though, right? Like, because, yeah, that's the same as the inferium flower. So now we get down and we have one left to do. We only have one more seed that I need, which means once I finish, and as you can see, I haven't been keeping up with. I refilled the boxes that I could. Some of them still are missing some, but I didn't play it a whole lot this week, which is probably why, you know, I don't have very much written down. It's like I don't know what to do because I barely did anything myself. But draconium. So the way I got the draconium ingots, because these are the last thing that I looked at that I thought we needed. So the way I got the draconium ingots is I got draconium dust. The way I got draconium dust is I sifted crushed endstone through a diamond stiffened mesh, and it was enchanted. And the way you get crushed endstone is obviously you hammer endstone, and the way you get endstone is you have a bucket of lava and a stone barrel, and you throw in glowstone dust, you get endstone. It's nice and easy. You can also make... actually, you know what? Come to think of it, because I might need another one. I don't remember why I didn't want... Oh, right. So there is another way to get endstone, which, if I can... There we go, the base one. Which is to end essence. But the way you get end essence is you need end clusters, and the way you get end clusters is you need purpur blocks. And get purpur blocks in this mod, because I don't think the end city is there, which is where you get all the purpur stuff. It might be, but I'm not sure. And, you know, we'd have to go to the end for that. But you need pop coarse fruit to get pop coarse fruit. You have to cook coarse fruit to make coarse fruit. You need end essence or nature essence, which obviously you can't do, because how do you get end essence when you need purpur to begin with? So... yeah, I think the only reliable way to do it, because come to think of it, I do believe that if you go to the end, you defeat the Ender Dragon, and then there's a couple things in the end, where there's one where you fly a certain direction, or you fly in a direction a certain number of blocks, and you come across like a Chaos Dragon, but before you hit him, in some direction, I think will be the end city, but I'm not 100% on that, because, I've heard that on the Achievement Hunter Let's Plays of this, but they haven't actually made it to the end city yet. So, yeah, I don't. Or, no, actually, that's not true. Yes, they did, but I don't remember, because once you defeat the End Dragon, even in this mod, it still puts up the thing that you can throw an Ender Pearl. Where in the normal game, you throw an Ender Pearl through the portal that appears after you kill the dragon, and then it teleports you to the end city, and it's just right there. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, if we look into the tier, because that was everything we needed from tier 3, we now have. So if we look at the tier 4 crafting seeds, you can see we have gold. Got a chicken for that. Lapis, which is weird. It's weird that Lapis is a tier 4, but I guess they did that because you can use Lapis in enchanting now. But it still seems weird to me that Lapis is a tier 4. And it also makes me wonder if, like, the dyes, like, what exactly the dye cluster makes if Lapis isn't one of them. But obviously tier 4 is the end seeds, but we can't get purpur blocks yet. Blaze seeds, I got the blaze chicken for that. Ghast, Enderman, steel, nickel, Constantin, Electrum, cobalt, Solarium, dark steel, pulsating iron, and energetic alloy. So, oh fuck me. Is it not even tier 4 then? It isn't. So we don't actually need anything from tier 4, which means the draconium seeds must be tier 5. Shit. So there's only 5 for tier 5. We got diamond, emerald, wither skeleton, which you need wither skeleton chunks. That's the thing I was thinking of. And to get them, you need a tier 5 mob chunk and 2 wither skeleton skulls. So you actually, since you need 4 of these, you actually need 8 wither skeleton skulls just to do that. But to make the tier 5 chunk, you gotta go down. So the way you get the chunks is you gotta kill something with, it's a solarium. Whoops. If I spell it right. Because it's not a solium dagger, is it? Because we have solium dagger used to create mob chunks. Oh. Anyway, you kill ones with this, and depending on what mob you have. So, like, if we actually look in the mob chunks. Now, this is a thing that I'm actually grateful for. Surprisingly enough, in this game. Oops. So, like, if we go into the tier 1 mob chunks here, tier 1 is zombie. That's it. Like, if you kill a zombie with the solium dagger, you'll get a zombie chunk. You'll just straight up get the chunk. You won't get, like, a tier 1 mob chunk that you then have to surround with rotten flesh. You just get the zombie chunk. And then any tier 2 mobs are, let's see, pigs, chickens, cows, sheep, slimes. Okay. So if you kill any of them with the solium dagger, you get their chunks. And it just surprises me, in all honesty. Skeletons, creepers, spiders, rabbits are tier 3 apparently, and guardians. And it honestly surprises me that that's how it works. Like, if you kill a tier 4 mob, so like if you go and you kill a blaze with a solium dagger, you'll actually get a tier 4 mob chunk. And the way that you do it is you take the mob chunks you get, and then if you don't need that particular chunk, you just toss it in a furnace and it turns it into the tier of the mob chunk. So like if you need, so like let's say we need a tier 5, the only one to get a tier 5 is the wither skeleton chunk. So if you manage to kill a wither skeleton with a solium dagger, which we can because we can go to the nether, we can go to the nether fortress and do that. So that might be something that I do at some point. But solium, is that what a maple steel? See, yeah, because see, I produce solarium with my chickens, not solium. And to get the solium ingot, the only way to do it is to smelt solium dust. To get solium dust, you need 4 prudentium essence and soul dust. And then to make soul dust, you need to cook a soul stone. And to get soul stone, you need 4 soul sand and 5 stone. Now, as you can see, that is why I fucking hate mystical agriculture. Because look at all those fucking steps to make 1 dagger, which is necessary for quite a bit of the mystical agriculture stuff. It's like, why put so many fucking steps in? Anyway, back to the good old grind here. Whatever. We need to now continue upgrading our crafting seeds. And this is also another reason why I didn't bother to put more on the sign, because the Elven portal won't actually take too long, I don't think. Not because, you know, I already have the stuff for it. But purely based on the fact that I knew I was going to need to do all of this. Which sucks so hard. Okay, so then we do that, which gives us intermedium, which we already have. Do that, it gets us supremium, which we do already have. Like, I realize that, but we still need more. Boom. There we go. So now we have tier 4 seeds. So now we need 4 supremium to get these up to tier 5. And then we need another 4 just to make the actual seeds. Now, as you can tell, the mystical agriculture mob kind of sucks. It's, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what this fucking part is like me bitching out the creator of the mystical agriculture mod, because it makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, I have all of this stuff and I have no fast way to do it. Like, I understand why what's his name, Bacon Donut or whoever put together the Sky Factory mod. I understand why he would add the mystical agriculture to it. Because, like, it makes sense, right? It does give you options. It lets you, you know, if you're really into the farming, then you can do the farming instead, you know. But overall, it's like, I just don't understand the mod itself, basically. It's like, why bother to make it just so intensive, so annoyingly intensive, right? Oh, God. It takes so long to do any of this. It's so, like, I just... Because, like, here's the thing, right? I haven't put these in here yet and done them because it takes 4 full stacks. Like, it takes 4 stacks to make a single Supremium Essence. Like, it's just, I just can't fathom why he wouldn't have made, like, an easier way to do it. Oh, I remember now why I didn't make the, better one. For the infusion crystals, there's only 2 of them. There's this one there, it can convert 1,000 stuff. Then the other one is unlimited. Take it easy. But the other one requires a nether star, I do believe, to make. Take it easy. So yeah, as you can see, I didn't... So I looked at the Ender IO stuff. I even looked it up online. I couldn't find a decent explanation of how it works. Which is why I didn't... which is why I'm still using, like, the basic transfer pipes and transfer nodes instead of the Ender IO stuff. You know what? You know what? Fuck it then. I'll do that off camera then. Because I'm not fucking dealing with it anymore. Well, I mean, obviously I'll still have to deal with it. But I can do other stuff besides just do that. And I'm tired of the fucking mystical agriculture shit. So I didn't need nearly as many prosperity shards. I think the only reason I even thought that I needed, though I bothered to put that many in, was because on my other world when I was doing the mystical agriculture stuff, I didn't have the autosieve set up to get me prosperity shards, so it was just a giant pain, and I didn't have the enchantments on it, so it's just like a giant pain to actually get it done. Alright, so we will start on our Elven portal now then. Now the Elven portal requires quite a bit of magic to open, so I'm actually hoping that I have enough in these things. I think I have enough in the mana pools. I'm also hoping that the fact that one has an alchemy catalyst underneath it doesn't affect it. I don't think it will. Well, that, and I'm also hoping that they are actually close enough, because I want to put the Elven portal in the middle right here. And I don't know exactly how far away these things can be to activate it. So we will need our wand. And we will need our Lexica Botania. We won't need that. Okay, so if we look up in here, boop, and we go under Elfomancy, the portal to Elfheim. It is said that once, elves used to share the world with us Minecrafters. Due to unknown events, they would have been banished back to their own world, Elfheim. Experimentation has been done to attempt to bridge the gap between the two worlds, and means of creating a portal that does just... Oh, that does just that have been devised. I don't know why that looks weird to me. Creating this portal proves not to be an easy task, as quite a few exquisite resources are necessary. The requirements are as follows: 8 living wood blocks, got it, 3 glimmering living wood blocks, got the stuff for it, and 1 elven great gateway core, and at least 2 mana pools and 2 Natura pylons. So you make a Natura pylon by making a mana pylon, 3 Terra Steel nuggets, and an Eye of Ender. And then this is what the Elfheim portal looks like. At least two Natura pylons with mana pools directly below must be laid out in an 11 by 11 area around the core. To open up the portal, simply right-click the core with a wand of the forest. The portal requires a substantial amount of mana deposit in pools to open up. The cost divided between them all. Portal seems to be able to send items through it, but mana is required for a successful transaction. Similarly to opening it, the cost is split between all the pools. Furthermore, the link isn't strong enough to allow living beings to go through it, so forget jumping into Elfheim. The amount of information about Elfheim stored in this lexicon is limited to this entry alone. It seems like a lost subject of sorts in this world. Perhaps letting the elves have a look at it might prove beneficial. Maybe they can share knowledge that can be beneficial. So now it says that they must be laid out in 11 by 11 area. I imagine that means that they must be 11 blocks, like from the core, which will be right here. They need to be like in an 11 by 11 square, which these are not, not. They're pretty close to it though, but yeah, they are. Okay, so first things first, As you can see, we got all the living wood that we need here. But if you go into here, whoops, didn't go far enough. You can visualize it, which is really cool. Okay, I need to exit the book. There we go. So now you can actually visualize it so that you can place it wherever you want it, and boop. There, it is now visualized. And we now have the outline for it. So we can actually see that it's like, oh, we need living wood there and there. And then I need some dirt. So the reason I, like, because normally with stuff like this, I dig it into the ground. But I don't know if the Elven Gateway core there can be on a different level than the mana pools, because it's specified 11 by 11 area, which to me means that it can't be up or down. So that these ones here are the glimmering living wood, which you make. Fuck, how do you make that again? Shit. Damn it, no, I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't remember. It has to do with the, there it is, the glimmering living wood. Okay, it is just 1 to 1. Alright, I wasn't sure. Oops, too many. That's fine, because it's not like I have any extra glowstone dust anyway. Whoop, and then I didn't fucking put those back. Okay, so then we need the glimmering one there, glimmering one there. I really love, there's very few things that let you do this, but I know there's more than this that lets you do it. But that let you visualize where you're going to put it. It is so fucking handy, because it's like, oh, okay, if I want it here, then I need to, you know, do this, right? It is so handy to have. Okay, so then that, then another glimmering one, then that. And there we go. Our portal is more or less built already. All we need now is the Elven Gateway core. And the pylons, obviously. But I mean, like, the portal itself, I don't care, it's a piece of dirt. Okay, so for the Elven Gateway core, which, as you can imagine, there's not too much Elven stuff. For the Elven Gateway core, it requires 6 living wood and 3 terra steel, which, you know, surprise, surprise, we have just enough of. Boop. There we go. So then there is the Elven Gateway core. Boop. There. Structure complete. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, but now, like I said, we need to put Natura pylons on top of the mana pools. But to do that, first we need to make mana pylons. And you know what? I remember somebody making a joke about, you know, you need more pylons. But they really do look like the pylons from StarCraft. Okay, so you need 2 mana steel, 2 gold, and a mana diamond to make 1. Which means we need 4, 4, and 2, because I'm going to put 1 in each thing. Okay, that makes a mana diamond good. Here we go. Okay, and then the mana steel was on the sides. That was up there, and then those went there. Boom. Now, the way you make a Natura pylon is an Eye of Ender and 3 Terra Steel nuggets. Now, Terra Steel, obviously, I got from my chickens, right? And it's another one where, if you look it up, right, to make a Terra Steel nugget, ingot. No, actually, to make it, how do you, okay, right, I think that there's some kind of ritual thing that you can build. Hang on, let's see, how the hell do I go all the way? No, not, fuck. Shown, oh, there it is, back. And back some more. Ender artifacts, miscellaneous, lexicon index, blaze light, Portuguese pavement, tiny potato, okay, dispenser paint, planting, banner editions, I don't actually know what most of that is. Okay, let's just go to the index and type to search, Terra Steel, there it is. Complex magical alloy infused with great. One requires a Terra Steel agglomeration plate set on top of a checkerboard pattern of lapis lazuli and living rock. So if we look up a terrestrial agglomeration plate, it requires 5 ruins, a block of mana steel, and 3 lapis blocks. And you set it up, and it requires mana and whatnot, and then you can make Terra Steel out of it. It is so fucking... Once again, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm glad I have the chicken, because otherwise... It's not that it's that much of a pain. It's just, once again, there's not really a faster way to do it after you acquire it. So, like, the way I got it was obviously just breeding 2 different chickens together. But, like, also the Natura pylons literally just get plopped in there. And now, I think it's weird, though, that, like, they don't have, like, the gold ring around them once you slap them into the pools. So now, in theory, let's see, because we got quite a bit of mana in there. We have a full bar, which is a lot. And that one doesn't quite have a full bar. But I think this will be enough. So if I click on that, if they're close enough... Damn it. So apparently I don't have... Either I don't have enough mana, or they're too far away. The fact that it starts up makes me think that I don't have enough mana. Now, the thing about that, though, right, is it requires a lot of mana to get started, but it requires almost none to stay open. I don't think it actually requires any to stay open, unless you start throwing stuff in to trade with the elves. We're going all the way over here, by the way, to see how my coal coke is going. I keep throwing more blocks of coal in there, and it takes so long to burn. Like, let's see, how is our... Yeah, like, as you can see, our giant tank here is fucking filling up hugely. Like, it's almost half full, and that holds a lot. Also, as you can see, when I cleared out the prosperity shards, I also cleared out everything else in there. And, like, look at how much gold is in there. And then if we go over to this box, I have, like, 12 blocks of gold, a bunch of yellorium dust and that. And I think the yellorium dust can be used in a reactor. But once again, I couldn't find a reliable source. Like, the one thing that I found was like, hey, here's a website you can go to that you can, you know, test your reactor builds on. And it's like, alright, but if I don't know what the fuck it is I'm doing to begin with. Okay, so these are empty. That has a little bit left to throw in there. What worries me, or not worries me, well, it does worry me a little bit, is that I really do feel like these are too far away. But at the same time, that's how far away they said that it needed. Like, it said that it could be 11 in an 11 by 11 square. So if we count from there, be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are technically in an 8 by 8 around it. So, like, yeah, I don't know. It still worries me that they're a little close. The fact that it starts to open, though, makes me believe. Because, like, the fact that it does that makes me believe that they are, in fact, close enough. They're just not within range. So I think as long as the fire's on them, they can't, like, absorb anymore, right? Yeah. So what we might want to do, actually, then, is maybe make some more endo flames. Because, like, I know that you can do more than endo flames for it. And then there's other ones that, you know, will produce more mana, but have a longer cooldown and stuff like that. But I like the endo flames because they take stuff that you can burn, and especially once you have, like, the coke furnace going, they produce a lot of mana. We also need a bucket of water. Another thing that I noticed is apparently if you build a sink in this game, it produces unlimited water. Okay, good. I did have a bucket in here, which is very weird to me. Like, I understand that, like, a sink has water in it, but the fact that it produces unlimited water is kind of weird. Okay, so how do you make the endo flames again? I can never remember. 2 brown, a red, and a light gray. All right. So we got 16 brown. Okay, so I can. Okay, so I can technically make this many. Where's the light gray? Okay, so if I throw away that many, should get me. That's a lot. I can make a lot of them. I don't think I need quite that many. Okay, I'll throw that in there. Throw that in there. That up there. There we go. I don't think I need quite that many, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so light gray, brown, and 2 red. Okay, was that not right? Oh, fuck, it was 2 brown. How do you, take shit out of here again? Can I not... Can I not remove the things after I put them in there? Like... Really? Do I really have to... Fuck off. Damn it. I think it was there. Sure, why not? Okay, so actually then, I don't need this many red, because I fucking misread that entirely. But, do that, then I can make 8 of them instead, then. See, now it's situations like this, right, where it's like, I don't have, like, mystical brown petals, like, if I need more now, I can always just go and grab the mystical essence. Oh, prick. No, not my, no, not, damn it. Damn it. Petal apothecary, fucking work. Love of God. And there. There we go, that's better. That's much fucking better. There we go. I need to pick up my mineral torches. Pricks. Okay, F7 brings up the grid. Oh my god, it destroyed that one as well. Good god. There's so many of them. Water sucks. It just absolutely blows. Ugh. Okay, so where the hell? 1, 2... let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Boop. All right. So that would mean 1, 2, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boop. There we go. That's better. Alright, I really need to get, like, a water source in here. Maybe I'll do that after. Get it next to the, petal apothecary. But I don't have... Well, I guess, technically, I always have the time. I mean, there's never a moment that I don't have the time. And, I mean, we're almost out of time, actually. So, like, this fucking gateway, apparently I put exactly enough on that sign. Okay, so there's a couple more endo flames. That should help. Slap one there. Oh, slap one over here. Or can I guess I can... Nah, I'll leave it like that. And then maybe if I need something in the middle. Alright. So it looks like the other endo flames are even more... Are also reset. So if I do that... So another thing that kind of slows you down is the mana spreaders here. They only produce... Like, they only shoot so much at a time. So, like, as you can see, our endo flames are feeding into it, and it's shooting it out, right? You can upgrade these. There are Elven mana spreaders, but you need stuff from the portal to upgrade them. And then there's Gaia mana spreaders, which are even better, but require you to fight a Gaia spirit. Now, I've seen the Gaia spirit fight, and holy shit, I am not looking forward to that. I never actually did it. I haven't actually done that in this game before. Fuck me, how much mana does it take? Jesus Christ. There's also no real way to get like an accurate, like a straight up number for the mana pools on how much is in there. Like you just have like the little lines there that show you like, oh, it's a quarter full, it's a half full, it's 3/4 full. And that's about it. You don't get anything more accurate than that. Which is a shame, but at the same time, can't really expect too much more than that. I guess, I mean, it's magic. You have about this much, right? I guess I could always just, you know, I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to take this. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm just going to move this for now. Because if I'm going to be making more endo flames, I'm just going to move this over here. I think I'll also set up a couple more mana pools. Maybe I'll figure out what that... Okay, so 2 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. Boop. Okay, another endo flame. I'll make 1 more endo flame. And then that should be good. Oh, shit! No, take it! I'm so glad I moved this now. So glad that I moved it. I'm also really glad that Minecraft actually, like, just like base Minecraft has I'm also missing one of my fucking petals now. Just straight up has like infinite water sources that are so easy to make, where it's just like, oh, I mean, make a small square and put a block in each corner, you're done. Or put a bucket of water in each corner and you're done. It's so nice. Because it makes a lot of stuff so much easier. But then again, odds are, if it didn't have that, somebody would have made either a mod to make an infinite source or a mod to produce more water. And if not, even, I do have... Oh, son of a bitch. I have water chicken eggs. Which means that I literally have an infinite water supply to begin with. Just from my chicken. Oh, I did have seeds in here. And living rock for some. Oh, right, because the runic altar that I never made. So you know what? While we're waiting on those to produce some more magic for us, let us make the runic altar. And then if it... Okay, so I need a mana pearl and or a mana diamond and 5 living rock. So we will just go grab a diamond or a pearl. We'll see whichever one I come across first. Because it makes no difference. Probably a diamond because... I mean, it may sound weird, but diamonds are easier for me. Because, like, while ender pearls do get produced faster, like the ender pearl chicken does produce ender pearls faster than diamond chicken produces diamond, diamonds are in a stack of 24. Whereas ender pearls are in a stack of 16. Which means that those drawers have a fuck ton more diamonds in them than they do mana pearls. So, yeah, or not mana pearls, diamonds. Okay, so we need that, and we need that. What the fuck was it now? There we go. And now we have a runic altar. So there's only so many of these things that you can make. I don't actually know if that'll work. I'm going to place it there for now. You do need a mana spreader pointed at it to do anything with it. But it's not like a constant thing like the mana pools. Like, it doesn't store any mana. Come on, just open up for me. Damn it. So this one here, what you do is you throw shit on top of it, and then you point a mana spreader at it. And then it builds up enough mana, and it works, right? It's useful. It's nice. I like it. I gotta say, the Botania mod, I really enjoy. Like, I feel like they did everything really well. There isn't too much that's, like, a grind, really. Like, if we look in the Lexica Botania here, I'll shift-click to go all the way back. So, like, the main thing, right, is you can, functional flora, right? So, like, oh, wait, no, that's shrinking. That's not right. So here, we get, like, the ore kit, right? Use mana to generate ores in nearby stone blocks. So that could be useful. This one here turns mana into a natural fertilizer. It grows plants faster around it. That could be useful. Slowly inflicts harm in any living being, save for players around it. So, like, you could technically make a mob farm with that one, right? And it has all of those flowers. They do different stuff. What the hell is natural apparatus? I don't know. Oh, they also have a cocoon of caprice, which is you throw it down. And I might actually make some of these. But on rare occasion, different animals such as wolves or horses may be created. So what happens is you throw that down, right? After you make it. And then you can give stuff to it that will potentially... that will increase the chance of producing them. Like, you can even make villagers with it. But then, where are the things I'm looking at? Baubles and accessories. Here we go. Bauble cases. Now, most of these do nothing, but there are some, like the Band of Mana. It will just generate, like, if you have a mana tablet, which I don't have for some reason. I haven't made one. Mainly because the only reason you need a mana tablet is you take it, you throw it in the pool, and I'm waiting for this to get up to that tick, by the way. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm hoping that, 2 pools at a quarter will be enough to fucking open it. Because that's a lot of mana in there. God damn. Okay, then I'll just end it here. We'll open up the portal next time. I mean, you've basically seen it. It just stays green instead of closing. But for next time, I will have a couple more mana pools set up. I'll have hopefully fixed my forest there that I have made. Maybe I'll have figured out the reactors by then. And we'll see how it all goes. I don't know what all I'm going to be doing for next part. Less mystical agriculture stuff. I'll probably finish up with that as well. Off camera, like I'll get my draconium seeds going. I'll get my inferium seeds up to tier 5. I'll move around my cloches and whatnot to get them better spread out. Okay, it's at a quarter now. I'll give it one more shot. No. Alright, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.